Ivan.
Hello.
Ivan is from Nasnaga and Licky24. We've met him a week ago to talk about his healthcare business, and I've invited him to talk because you can't invite people not to talk about healthcare solutions because for me it's like my own interest in the first place. As always, some words about this stream and podcast. Uh, Its idea behind this is to give Ukrainian startups the place to train their pitch, to speak in English fluently, not to prepare themselves for half a year to come here. Uh, uh, and at the side note, I will learn their stories. That's the most interesting part for me. Uh, if you are watching this live, feel free to ask questions, comments, maybe just send emoji uh, to any stream where you're watching it. And don't forget that we have a QR code, as always, for Cola, donations to Ukrainian army. That's very important for us, for every one of us. And don't forget to donate because we are not sponsoring any other thing. But get back to um, Ivan and his business. Uh, as like describe what Nasnaga is right now and what are you doing?
Mhm. First of all, thank you so much for inviting for this conversation. Really happy to speak and to share our story with you and with the audience, with everyone who will be watching maybe recorded version. So let me introduce Nasnaga. So Nasnaga is a health tech startup with the mission to help people live longer and feel better. How do we do this? We essentially started from our own problems, our own unsatisfied demand, which I, my co-founders, and our friends had. And the story is that all of us agrees that it makes sense to do some regular checkups, especially when you approach like age of 28, 30, 33, 35. It makes sense to measure and to track are you having maybe some first signs of issues. However, if you want to start doing this and you come to some clinic or some lab, they have just basic package like um, men under 40 or men after 40, and this is like all the options you have. And the list of the analysis is very standard and it's not comfortable because maybe they miss something, maybe I have specific goal, maybe I want to prepare for marathon or like triathlon, and I want to measure something specific, and it might be not there. So the first question is, what should I measure? And we, in our project, we help to answer that. Then the second question is, when we get the results, we see some numbers, we see the range. Often it's within this range because it's quite wide. But it's not clear what does it mean. Is it like optimal or not? It tells that there is no severe pathology, there is no severe disease. That's good. These are good news. But is it optimal or not? Is it optimal for my age, my lifestyle? It's not clear. So this is the second question: is what do the results mean? And the third question, the most important one, is what should we do next, having these results, having these goals which we may have, and having some issues which we may have. And we at Nasnaga have this evidence-based approach when we first understand what exact analysis we need to we propose person to do. Then our diagnostics doctor would interpret the results, and then our health coach would prepare the personal health plan in order to improve the results, in order to achieve your goals, or just answer your questions about certain habits, certain things which you might want to learn more. So this is like in a nutshell, like three important questions that our product, our service answers.
And how you get to this point, why it was like this or not, I don't know, something else, not AI based
Mhm.
translator.
Maybe we will come to that. Maybe we will. So why that? Uh, so there are several stories behind this project. One story is mine. Other story is of my co-founder, and the third story is about like third co-founder. My personal story, the following, is that um, so I, uh, I studied in Kyiv School of Economics, and after graduation, there are like two common career tracks: consulting or investment banking. I chose consulting. I worked in Svita, and then my dream was to get into McKinsey. So I got into McKinsey, and then I'm like 20 something years old, and somehow I don't feel great, let's say, because of like working style, working conditions. And I understand that I do not feel great. I have some um, problems with motivation, even though I feel that I want to do this. It's really hard to do some specific task, for example.
Mhm.
There are some problems with the overall energy level. Even though I really want to contribute to the project, I feel that something is not like working properly. And those are issues I cannot come to the doctor, because doctor would make checkup and say that, okay, so you're a young guy, everything looks normal, all the analysis within the range. Just go outside, go take a walk.
Yeah.
So I understood that there are some deeper processes beneath that. Later on, I understood that there are some processes related to hormonal system, and this
Mhm.
hormonal system influences your motivation, your desire to achieve certain things, and that hormonal system in turn is the product of your lifestyle, of how you sleep, how you eat, and this system is very beautiful, it's complex, but it's possible to understand this system, and it is possible to influence this system in a nice, gentle way. I don't mean some heavy drugs,
Yeah.
I mean just regular things like sleeping, waking up, eating, drinking water,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
on. So that was my story. I was very curious to understand how to work with these softer things.
Yeah.
Um, then also I got interested in psychology,
Mhm.
probably because my background in uh, math, in like hard sciences. I studied in school which was specialized in math and physics. I participated in Olympiads in physics, then a Kyiv
Oh.
School of Economics, a very
Yeah.
analytical program.
Yeah.
So I had pretty good development of this area, but the soft skills were lagging behind. And that feeling this, I need to understand this. I got very interested in psychology, psychotherapy, and I understood that often such problems as depression or state which is close to depression, sometimes it's not about content. It's not about like, I don't want, I have depression because I don't like this project. Sometimes it's based on physiological parameters. It's just some mix of hormones, mix of nutrients, which results in this state.
Mhm.
Of course, the topic is much more complicated, and I'm just touching the very
Yeah.
surface of it. So this is how I got interested in this topic. Really wanted to pursue it in one way or another. I even tried to do my own side non-commercial project. It was mentorship platform. It was before it became a popular thing. Actually, it's called Mentor Link, because we would link mentor with mentee. So that was my chance to try entrepreneurship and to try these soft topics, let's say. Um, and then we worked with Liquid 24. I was part of Flyer One Ventures, and Liashenko is portfolio company, so I worked with them a lot. And at some point of time, we decided to do this project together. This is my story, story of my co-founders. So my co-founder Volodymyr Nerubenko, he launched Lab24, which is essentially a marketplace for lab tests, which you can order that nurse would come to your home and take your tests.
Mhm.
And their team saw that just administering the tests, it's a tool. It's a tool to some wider, to some bigger problem.
Mhm.
And they built successfully this tool, and they started to think, what should we do next? What other logical next step would be?
Yeah.
And they started these tests, and later I joined the team. So that's the idea.
Yeah. So basically, you've came to as a person interested in how to improve your own health, but without influencing, let's say this way. And your partner is like he built business that is already have an utility to do this as a product because they are like, and as I understand that this utility is essential part of your product right now. So if I'm signing up for your program, I need to go to have results, medical results, to understand what I need to improve.
Yes, essentially, this Nasnaga project is
Yeah.
based on the experience which Volodymyr and his team got during building the Lab24. And yeah, so we work with this infrastructure which they created in few countries. In other countries, we are building this from scratch. And of course, they got experience with interpreting the results. They assembled a pretty strong team of professionals who go deep and pay really close attention to each particular case, each particular client, and write the interpretation of those analyses, because it's itself is pretty complex, pretty sophisticated area.
So you have health coach, I don't know, dietitians, or other type of people who can like remotely work on your results and
Yes,
recommendation. Uh-huh.
yes. Yeah.
So how it's working from the like from a customer point of view? He signs up to your product and then everything happens. How
Yeah, so
how he will become a greater.
uh, okay. So the first step, the client would fill in a questionnaire, which gives some initial input for the health coach. Then the client will have initial diagnostic session, and they will discuss the results of this form which the client fills in. And at this point of time, health coach starts to build certain hypotheses.
Mhm.
They know how to ask proper questions,
Yeah,
about like, how do you feel after lunch? Do you feel like drop of energy?
yeah,
Do you eat like some sweets? Do you want to do you have this desire for sweets at like 5 p.m.? And they, not just because they're curious, they know that how the system works, and
yeah.
those behavioral things are indicators of something else. Other questions which they ask is about how a person feels in the morning. Is it easy to wake up and get turned
Hmm.
on and ready to perform, or it takes time to speed up?
Hmm.
And the same about the falling asleep. Um, so different behavioral questions, but they actually turn out to be very effective. So at this point of time, health coach has prepared some initial hypotheses. The next step is to fill in a detailed tool which asks a lot of questions, and this tool helps to additionally validate those hypotheses and also identify other areas which health coach maybe did not notice during the initial conversation. And based on this conversation, based on initial diagnostics conversation and the survey, we combine basically these two data sources, and based on them, we prepare a personalized list of analysis.
Mhm.
Then we organize a nurse to come to your home or your
Yeah.
office, to your address, to take the analysis. So the nurse comes, takes it, and brings it to the laboratory, and then we get the results. These results are given to our diagnostics doctor, who is qualified to interpret the results. This is like very specific qualification, and this person then writes a detailed description and interpretation. This interpretation goes to health coach, and health coach, based on this, prepares a personal health plan for the next half a year. And this plan includes three areas: nutrition, supplementation, and behavioral things, habits, lifestyle, etc.
Yeah.
And then we have a big meeting of clients with health coach. During that meeting, health coach presents this health plan, answers all the questions, explains the test results, and together with client at this point, health coach would clarify or adjust the goal, because sometimes person would come with goal, I want to run a marathon and I want to lose weight, and it turns out that based on the analysis, this person needs to spend 3 months reducing deficiencies and
Yeah.
not do any heavy activities, but to do like calm yoga, calm like walks in nature in order to restore the deficiencies of nutrients. And only after that, we can start program to help person prepare for some activity, or to work on losing weight or on gaining weight, whatever the goal is. So at this point of time, we clarify, we adjust the goal, and we discuss the next steps, how we will approach this goal. And then during the next half a year, person works on these goals, on this plan, having 4 additional coaching sessions with the health coach. And somewhere in between, we have also additional tests to see how the results are improving. Often clients start with us with some deficiencies. So we propose some nutrition plan and some supplementation plan in order to reduce these deficiencies. For example, vitamin D is common example.
Hmm.
So we see that there is deficiency of vitamin D. We recommend a certain supplement for certain dosage of certain duration, and then after 3 months we measure it again, and we see it reduces, but still we need to proceed. Or maybe it was completely done, and we don't need to proceed with additional supplements. So it helps to measure the progress on the middle of the way. And yeah, this is it.
Yeah. Basically, so it's a program for 6 months, and how what on the start does your potential client or client should have his own goals, or they can sign up and just I want to be healthier.
Yeah, it could be both. It could be both. In any case, we help to either verify those goals or
Hmm.
adjust those goals or formulate these goals together.
Yeah, yeah,
So this is like initial step of this coaching approach that we practice.
yeah. And your product is more like, I think, the same as any clinics are doing, but you can do it in several cities, countries, whatever, and clinics are only can do them where they are.
Well, yes, but the other differentiator is that we work with certain professionals, and not all the clinics have such professionals.
Yeah,
Because more often clinics are working with treatment of disease, not this optimization things.
yeah,
And
yeah,
if
yeah,
and if we are interested in optimization, there are a lot of professionals, and it's really hard to understand qualifications and understand like if this like Instagram nutritionist is
yeah,
he or she qualified enough or not. So we
yeah.
spent a lot of time in order to understand this field and in order to verify people who work with us as professionals. Um, so basically, we have this ideology of improving performance, of tracking important metrics from the preventive point of view, but not all the clinics offer that.
So, uh, clinics like doctors, they are studied for like 7 or more years, not to improve people, but to fix them. And you are doing like improvement.
Yes, but
Once,
important to say that our professionals they also study like
yeah,
for many years. They're not like someone who just completed 2 months nutritionist courses. So they also have serious qualification, and sometimes these are doctors who switched their career, who decided that they want to pursue these topics of longevity and prevention. So we
yeah,
have such professionals as well.
yeah. And you've mentioned longevity, and right now longevity is like becoming a new market that's growing very fast, and especially in Europe, I think, because population is aging, obviously. And you operate in this market of longevity, and I've spoke with other startups who are trying to do some products in this category. What's your right now understanding of this market?
So my understanding of this topic is that there is conversation of longevity. Uh, so the basic thing about longevity, as far as I understand it, is to prolong the time when you stay healthy.
Hmm.
It's not about like some sophisticated methods to prolong your life when to prolong person's life when they already in decay. So we are concentrating on that, and
Hmm.
there are certain things which are quite obvious sometimes, like have proper sleep, have proper uh, food. But if we dig deeper, not all the people follow basic things, and there are reasons for that. And there are in this area we intersect closely with psychology, with coaching,
Okay.
because the value is in really working with person who have this crave for sweets, for example, and to understand how to maybe improve her or his diet so that they have a lower uh, desire of this, or maybe introduce some coping behavior to eat maybe something different instead, or maybe work in any other way. So there are a lot of small nuances, and the value is in supporting and guiding this person. The value not in some new medicine or any new, breakthrough technology.
Yeah.
As far as we understand this, of course, in that area, value there is value as well. But we are concentrating on this simple, let's say, things. They are not simple, but yeah, and helping really make sure that people incorporate this in their life. But also, there are a lot of new scientific findings, especially about hormonal things, about nutrients, about vitamins, and our health coaches rely on those scientific findings and scientific data and studies.
Mhm. Yeah, and as from your LinkedIn or product LinkedIn, like product is 3 months old, but you've said that you've experimented much more time. So, and you have already customers who are subscribed, and how it was like finding the first customers, how it went, how you like tested all these ideas.
Mhm. So
So,
the project, the very first step started in beginning of 2023, probably closer to March, and it was based on the Lab 24. And very first customers came just from the network. And as I said, this product is very much based on our own experience, on our own demand for such service. And actually, we often, when we speak with our clients and we tell about the product, they say like, "Thank you for for finally doing this. I really need this so much. Where to send like payment?"
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so the first few clients are very natural process of just communicating. That was one of our co-founders who brought first clients, and then in beginning of summer we came up with this new name, Nasnaga, which is a
Mhm.
beautiful Ukrainian word. We love it a lot because uh, it is the meaning of the word is what we actually want to give to our clients. So it's like includes this value proposition which we are packaging inside. And we started this as Nasnaga, and after that we got a few publications in media, and we got first visitors on our website, and I created a type form, and in
Yeah,
the end I put my Calendly. So the first clients who were outside of our network,
yeah.
they were reading this publication. They went to website, fill in type form, and the book call with me. So first several dozens clients.
Uh,
I just had my calendar packed with meetings, and I was speaking, describing our service, and that brought our first clients from the outside of our own network.
and since like 4 months after the summer begins, what is like your main channel right now? Where people are coming from PR, from I don't know, some marketing activities.
We are still experimenting with that, and we are still like in the process of doing everything simultaneously, like improving the product, improving the processes, entering new markets, testing the ideas with customers from different geographies. We already have first clients in Europe, in
Mhm.
Portugal, in Poland, in a few other countries. So we don't yet have very systematic channel. We have not tested everything yet. We are planning to do this. Currently, we have some Google search. We have some influencer channel. We have some publications which keep bringing us leads and customers. And we have our network and people who are like philosophically in line with what we do.
Uh, but who are these people? Like, I think they maybe Ukrainian entrepreneurs, or are they people who are started to think because they're 35 years old and are starting to think about their health, or it's like more younger audience?
Mhm. So the current vision of our ideal customer profile is people from digital technology sector, senior professionals, entrepreneurs, and especially entrepreneurs. I think this really program really great for them. Um, and for other like high performing ambitious people who want to run fast, who want to achieve more, who have those ambitious goals, and who often may sacrifice a little bit on other areas of life. And we are not just saying, oh, you need to sleep more or you need to eat better. No, this is not exactly where our value is. Our value is in optimization. So if if person has some problems with let's say with cortisol levels, so in the evening person would have too high cortisol because of this stress, because of this drive. So person tries to push everything faster, and the result of it is often troubles with the cortisol levels.
Yeah.
Because this is a hormone which creates this motivation and drive and the ability to fight circumstances and change everything. This is what entrepreneurs do, right?
Yeah.
So this is often such a problem that person would have higher cortisol. This means that this person is not does not fall asleep quickly. So they go to bed too late. They miss important hours, which are important from the like science point of view. It's important for body to sleep like during like not after 1 a.m. but ideally after like 22, 23.
Yeah.
And if such person would go to bed at 23, they will not fall asleep. They would stay at bed until like 1 a.m. and after that they will fall asleep. And then starting from this time, they need 8 hours to sleep. And overall, it becomes like a lot of time, and the quality of this time is not ideal. So what we do, we help to optimize this system. We help to find this problem, that's in this example in cortisol levels, and we work to improve this. As a result, a person would fall asleep better, have higher quality of sleep, and as a result, efficiency of all the mechanism becomes better. As a result, productivity rises, level of energy rises, and the person is able to achieve more in a short amount of time.
Yeah, and especially like as you started, when you started, you said that you worked at consultancy. I think all the people in consultancy should be your clients. Like it should be
Probably
bought by the company itself. That's bring me the next question. Right now your all the clients B2C clients, or they're paying from their own money, or companies are buying packages for their employees?
we have both, and we want to develop both, and we see interesting opportunities in both areas. So
Yeah. Because like some companies just optimized to be efficient and not feeling people that are not feeling burned out.
I think we could be very effective and very reasonable too, because sometimes HR would have a task like to make the company like to care about employees, and they start to think, okay, how can we have this budget, we have this goal to care more to prevent burnout, let's say, let's do like lectures about burnout, and this could not turn out to be not very effective. I think that our approach, what we can offer, it's like really reasonable in terms of the effectiveness and in terms of the like result versus cost versus time spent.
That's interesting that you started because you have three co-founders, and all three of you have the great network of entrepreneurs and venture people and all other. So, and they're first people who are interested in improving their efficiency. They are like spend time efficiently on work and out of the work, like with the families too. And right now you said you have no like preferable channel of acquiring new customers, but is it only like inbound, like PR, and then you're waiting for all the requests, or you have some outbound too?
I would say that we are at the early stage of exploring our channels. So we run some tests currently, and not all the channels were tested yet. So
Yeah,
we were busy building the product, testing the concept. It turned out to be very well received by the market.
yeah.
We felt that it's something which people need. Now we are thinking about how what are the best channels for us to bring clients and to bring this value to clients.
But the question all the medical healthcare startups have, if they employ some real people, like medical people, doctors, what's about your scalability? Because you have real people who are answering and communicating with your clients, so you can't add millions of people a day. Basically, you are not threads
Yes.
by Instagram. So what's your
Yeah.
like the highest growth rate could be?
Yeah. We think about this as if we are in this stage like Airbnb was when they were traveling and making photographs and doing everything themselves. So we are at this stage.
Yeah,
Of course, we have several ideas how we can build a unicorn or like decacorn in this area. But what is important for us is to do those this not scalable things. So we are at this stage now to get this feedback from clients, to get understanding of different approaches. Yeah, but possible ways could be like digitalization, automation, AI.
yeah, basically, yeah. Uh, you are depending on the people right now, and you will be like, because as as creatures, we want other people to talk to. It'll be not interesting to talk about your business with your avatar without being
Yes, true,
yourself.
true. How I think about that is you can create like small, in order to build big company, you can create small value and give it to a lot of clients. So, for example, you can produce stickers. So,
Yeah,
sticker which you can put on your laptop. It's like small piece of value. There is something fun about that. And in order to be a huge company, you need to sell a lot of stickers. Or you can do some like a lot of value for a single client. In this way, you would need less clients, and you would need less, let's say, other peoples who would serve these clients.
yeah,
So we are exploring this range of business models, and we are currently looking more into this area where we deliver a lot of value to each individual client, and we are ready and we are willing to spend time, effort to make programs very personalized and unique to deliver great results and have maybe not hundreds of millions customers, but hundreds and then thousands, and then we will see.
yeah, uh, and you're working in. You've said that you have clients from Europe right now, but all of your product is Ukrainian language or other languages supported too.
Yeah. So these first clients from Europe, they are Ukrainians who live in Europe. But
Mhm.
what is interesting is that they use European ecosystem. I mean, either labs, which
Yeah,
are not our partners, or they use our partner labs, which we recently partnered with. So we need to improve this cooperation. So from this perspective, it's very interesting for us to work with such clients. And it's very valuable to those clients because Ukrainians who now live abroad,
hmm
they often become very disappointed with the local healthcare systems, and if they need to make some tests, to do some checkup, to speak with someone about general health, it becomes very problematic. And for these cases, we become very helpful to such clients who found them in this unpleasant situation.
I am actually. I
Yeah.
have an appointment at 12th of February next year.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's from the one side, it's a joke because I can like come every week and ask, do they have the new appointments time? And they said they need to do this, but
Yeah, so
why?
we can do everything. We are not treating disease. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but if the demand, if the thing which person needs is just check up and general support in their health journey, we are the right partner to help, and probably much better than anyone they could find in the local market.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's especially, yeah. Uh, and that's the most, I don't know, the greatest question for any healthcare startup. What thing you already are proud of? What's your story of proudest moment in this startup?
Some of the uh, joyful moments come from this second test. So I said that we do like a lot of analysis at the beginning of the program, and then we have
Yeah.
interim tests.
Hmm.
So we have feedback from some of our clients who say that like, wow, it really works. It really improved in terms of numbers, and they really feel the change. Like it's not just numbers on the paper. I can feel that something changed, and I feel myself much better. So this brings a lot of joy and satisfaction. And also, a lot of clients are saying that they learned a lot of nuances. They learned to better understand their body, how it works. It's
Yeah.
the most precious thing we have. It's very important to understand how it works in order to achieve things we want to achieve in life. But so little people understand this. Um, and it becomes really important, like this educational component becomes really important for our clients. And yeah, so those feedback that clients say that I now understand all these components, and how my things which I can feel relate to the metrics in analysis, it's very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm asking this question, especially like from for healthcare startups. There's always
Mhm.
people that you've helped them, and they understand that most expensive thing they have is their health, their own bodies, their own like themselves, and you're helping
Yeah.
them. So yeah, but you have as you're starting to see patterns. I think it's my question that people are learning a lot, and you are like thinking about making something about educating them, or it's just like not now. We are looking around.
So currently, this educational component is blend into the program through these coaching sessions, and it works pretty well because it's very personalized and it's very driven by the exact things which are relevant to this particular client at this particular moment of time.
Hmm.
So this education in such a way works very well. If we just do some like general lecture, it would be not that efficient, I believe. But we are still thinking about ways how we can educate clients, and this is something which is in our pipeline. But currently, this is done through these personalized sessions, and turned out to be very effective.
Yeah, and as a like as a vision for you for this company or business or startup, whatever you call it, what's your right now vision of this in I don't know some time in future?
Our mission to help people live longer, and feel better, live longer through the checkups by having opportunity to identify certain problems early on first, and second by living more healthier lifestyle and feeling better by taking care about themselves, reducing deficiencies, optimizing all the systems. So we aim to achieve this goal for as much people as possible in the most efficient way. So we plan to incorporate technology into this process. Currently, as I said, we are doing everything in like not scalable, very entrepreneurial way. But the vision is to indeed accumulate a large amount of very unique data sets, which would allow us to then digitalize certain parts, or at least maybe use some automation or artificial intelligence techniques as a assistant to other human professional, or maybe as an educational tool, which would be feeding relevant content at relevant moment. So this is the vision.
Yeah, that's actually a huge thing. How you can. That's why again I'm so excited about healthcare, everything in healthcare. That you're helping with the most expensive thing in people's life, their body, their mindset, and you're building, helping people already. Like you're less than half a year into creating this, but you already have, you've said dozens. Yes, we can use dozens
Yeah.
worked of clients that already paying you, and so basically other people that have finished your program.
So our vision for the program that it is never ending,
Ah,
that
never ending. Yeah,
it's just structured in half a year cycles, but then it ideally would be prolonged for the next and the next and the next, and the person would improve, because there are so many things we can work in this area, and life constantly changing. People move into different regions. They have kids. They have startups. They might have like dog, and it influences everything in this area. So it's important to not do this thing as one-off event or even one-off program. Even though it's half a year, it's enough to not just develop new habits but also effectively incorporate them. But it's not enough to like to set you on proper track for the lifetime. So ideally, we want to support our clients constantly.
Yeah, in ideal way, yes. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's so much things to learn. Doctors are studying for 7 and more years to learn, and they are continuing to study every other year for new programs, new studies, new everything, because it's like science around us is evolving, and you're starting to learn a lot. And you, as a human being, need to learn about yourself, how you are you working.
Yeah. So the good. Somewhat good analogy, I guess, is like with your car. You have regular technical maintenance, and you have some of the good companies. They like have your profile. They send you reminders that don't forget your time for maintenance is like in 2 weeks. And this is like the program which you need to do at this based on your current mileage, based on like our data which we have from you. So we somewhat similar analogy to what we aspire to be is to be such support service which provides continuous support to clients.
I do remember, like with the cars, you had like service book, and you need to feel like with the range and what we have done. So the same there. You need to send to every client the service book.
More than this, we do this for them. So we keep this service book, and we just remind them and guide them through this process.
Yeah, wow. I've run out of my questions basically, but yeah, I
Mhm.
have more ideas to talk about, but it's for another hours and
Okay.
hours. So maybe you want to talk or tell something that I haven't asked.
I'm just happy to invite listeners to join the program and to experience it on their own.
Yeah, and is it price based on something or it's like fixed for everybody right now?
So we have the basic package,
Yeah.
yeah, and the price could vary based on the geography, which is driven by the cost of lab tests in that
Uh,
particular region. If you are in UK, it's the most expensive package. Sometimes it's more effective to buy a ticket to Poland, and we also have service in Poland. So
yeah. This Rene always helps. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So you have a site nasnaga.com.
IO,
Io, nasnaga.io.
Naga.io.
Nasnaga.io, and yeah, everything is over there.
Yeah, so that website is our MVP website. We are working on redesign, and soon it will be very nice and beautiful and professional looking health website.
It's working now. You have dozens
Yeah,
of paying customers, so you
yeah,
already are good.
yeah. It worked. It served perfectly for this for its purpose.
Yeah,
Now I'm happy and excited about that. We are moving to the next stage.
yeah. Okay, thank you for your time. We're already 50 minutes as I've promised you.
Yeah,
uh,
thank you so much.
Thanks everybody who listened to us. See you in the next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.